Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Sunny. This is going to be one of the first topics I end up talking about on this channel, which this channel is a branch of another channel of mine. More on that at the end of this video. If you end up liking it and liking my debriefing and the way that I talk about it, why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe? It's going to be very short and sweet and to the point, because there is just so much stuff going on with Twitch and streaming and Twitch creators right now that I just really wanted to touch on Twitch as a platform and how it's kind of dying out. So let's get right into the recent stuff. I'm sure all of your favorite Twitch streamers are covering this, but not so many YouTubers from what I know. And since this is such a lively shit show, I think I can say that, I really wanted to talk about it because my mind is just blown by all of the terrible decisions one company could make to spell its own doom. We see some similar mistakes with Twitch that YouTube has made in terms of screwing over its creators for more money, because for the longest time, YouTube was a completely unchallenged video sharing platform. But Twitch doesn't have that privilege here. Twitch is not the only place you can successfully stream and make money, and there's no way that we're not going to see a crazy boycotting of Twitch and their services due to their actions. So everyone is asking, does Twitch want to die? Amongst everything, I'm really going to break down essentially why everyone thinks Twitch is going to fail massively at some point, and why it almost looks like they're doing this on purpose. So recently, some people have been blowing up about the fact that Twitch just dealt a massive pay cut to some of the platform's biggest creators. Here's the official statement. Essentially, Twitch changed the contracts to their creators from a 70-30 split income to only the top creators, in a 50-50 split to the not as big creators, to a universally 50-50 split between all of the creators. So on one hand, it's really nice that there is now equality between the streamers, big and small, but on the other hand, well, it's ridiculous. Everyone expected it to go the other way. In fact, it really sucks for Twitch creators, seeing as YouTube implements the 70-30 split just fine, and it doesn't bleed their pockets. This is, needless to say, very bad for Twitch. Not just its creators, but especially its platform, and especially due to the downward trend in quality that Twitch has really been going down lately. This is just really bad for them, seeing as how YouTube is a platform that actively promotes its streamers and pays them better. The bigger Twitch streamers whose income is adjusted to the 70-30 split might have a massive incentive to switch to YouTube streaming, meaning a lot of the top creators will either be gone or not as passionate about streaming as they used to be. There's also the fact that Twitch upscaled the amount of unskippable mid-roll ads. These ads pop up in the middle of the stream out of nowhere. They have to manually run these ads as part of their contracts, and even though it does give revenue to the creators, in the long run, it will really only hurt streamers. Not only do they lose money now because of the new contracts, but they have to run more ads, and those ads are longer and unskippable. Meaning that these streamers are having a hard time keeping viewers on stream. I mean, who's gonna stay for that, right? These really long, unskippable ads, even if you're the most dedicated fan, you're really gonna have that urge to click off. Some of the worst ad contracts ask you to run 4 minutes of unskippable ads per hour, which is a really high ratio. Creators must do that because of their obligation due to the contracts, or they might need to make up for the lost revenue due to Twitch taking a higher cut. Also, whenever you go to visit a new streamer's channel, you're faced with an unskippable ad, deferring the viewer and possibly costing the streamer viewership. And that's why everybody is wondering if Twitch just wants to fail. Like a dirty, greedy hand in the cookie jar which ruins all of the other cookies. This one move alone could have spelled the end of an era for Twitch. But that, coupled with all the unfair bans, Twitch screwing their creators over time and time again, and crazy rules, how could this not spell an end for them? And in fact, even if it's not the end for them, YouTube is definitely going to eclipse them being the top streaming platform if they don't fix the way that they treat their creators. They act like they don't have a massive competition right now. Social media is booming and it's only a matter of time before someone comes along to fill the niche, even if it's not YouTube. So if Twitch does die like this, and they're very obviously trying to, everyone is just going to go to YouTube, like I said. YouTube is obviously not as good as Twitch when it comes to streaming. The chat function is a bit more clunky and it's not really made for streaming. But at this point, you see that there are streamers who are moving to YouTube due to these unfair policies and viewers that will follow them there. Coupled with the whole ads thing ruining viewership for Twitch, you just have a recipe for disaster. And these terrible, unsympathetic business decisions won't stop anytime soon. I think you can be pretty darn sure that Twitch is going to make some terrible decisions moving forward if they haven't learned from their current or past mistakes. I don't know who decided to make this move, as though they didn't know what was going to happen. I wonder if there were advisors in the room face-palming at the suggestion and ripping their hair out once they heard that these rules were implemented. One thing that Twitch has though, that YouTube isn't necessarily much better at, is how it implements its TOS. You see, Twitch has a long history of an unfair banning system that is quite unequally distributed, something that YouTube has been called out for recently as well. But just recently, during an explosion of drama happening on Twitch like 4 days ago, Erobb made a joke to one of its viewers about beating him up at a TwitchCon. It was kind of silly, ridiculous, obviously sarcastic, but he got banned for that joke. Initially it was 7 days, but when Twitch was asked to revisit the ban, they ended up moving it up to 30 days. Which was not surprising from Twitch's moderation team. Comparatively, a girl who had actual sex on stream ended up with just a couple-day ban, like a week. So, to a lot of people, it feels like Twitch is saying that making it jokes, I know some jokes can be explicit, but making this kind of joke, saying that you're gonna beat someone up on stream, is more offensive, way more offensive, obviously, than actually having sex on stream. On the topic of that, Twitch banned gambling. However, a lot of people were speculating that the reason she only got banned for 7 days and not terminated is because she would make a lot of money for Twitch viewers. It's the reason why people think that Twitch doesn't really crack down on nudity or being explicit, because it makes them money. However, Twitch did ban gambling, which shows a little bit more consistency but is very not good for them. In short, there was this debate going on about gambling streamers. Like, will gambling streamers endorse gambling and be a bad example to the youth? There was a lot of discussion on whether or not gambling was an okay thing to do on Twitch, seeing as how it had such a young viewer base. There's also this recent drama of a Twitch streamer stealing a bunch of money from people to feed his gambling addiction, which goes to show you how severe a gambling addiction might potentially get. But a lot of people also said that, if you ban gambling, where's the line? Twitch shouldn't just cater to kids and all of that. I get that. It's a pretty fair argument. But yeah, they banned gambling, which was a huge draw for Twitch in terms of monetary value and viewership. Specifically, they banned some of the biggest types of gambling on Twitch. Not all gambling is banned, but the stuff that's making the most money and getting the most sponsored, that's bad. That's very bad. It's bad for Twitch because while this move was somewhat unexpected and it does show you that it's not always about money for them, it's terrible on top of all of these other rules that they're implementing, screwing over these creators. These creators are going to move to different platforms. They're going to lose money big time, is all I'm saying. In conclusion, I'm not really too sad about Twitch potentially failing. Of course, I would be remiss to hear that it causes problems for these creators who spent a long time building their platform on here, but I'm sure the Twitch audiences are dedicated enough to follow their favorite streamers across different platforms. And this potentially opens up a gateway for a new social media to start up and compete with these other social media giants in treating its creators like they actually matter. If anything, Twitch itself might be encouraged to do better, but who knows? They've been going down for a while, and this seems to have sped up the process by a lot. These social media platforms have been getting really frustrating lately, though, in that they don't listen to the people making them money, nor are they interested in creating a better consumer experience. They basically assume that we have nowhere to go, nothing to do, we won't boycott these services so they can do whatever they want to us. This is why more competition is good for these types of companies. And Twitch failing, I really hope, helps a bunch of social media startups to get off the ground, because we really need some more competition going on in terms of streaming services and video sharing platforms, in my opinion. It's another reason why, even though TikTok kind of seems like a cesspool of stupidity, I'm really glad that it's challenging YouTube. It was this competition between YouTube and Twitch that kind of motivated YouTube to do the Creator Shorts Fund, which is absolutely amazing and is going to really put YouTube on top. So all I have to say is don't be surprised if Twitch, goes down the gutter. Demand better from these platforms, and if a social media platform comes around, I would suggest supporting them so that we can have better outcomes and things like this don't really happen too much anymore. Anyway, sorry for the very rambly kind of first video-ish. This channel is pretty much talking about whatever the heck I want to talk about. I'm going to be telling a lot of stories about my own life. Not that anyone would want to hear right now. Anyway, thank you all for listening and watching, and if you want to see my original channel, it'll be in this description. It's an art channel, but I wanted to open up a new channel for me to just talk about random stuff. So, what do you guys think about Twitch? Do you want it to succeed? Are you okay with it failing?